Hey, how y'all doing on today? Y'all doing good? That's good. That's good. Yay. Y'all, I feel good today. I know I've been saying a lot of stuff though, but let me see. Let me see what I can speak on. But yeah, I'm just like in good spirits, y'all. I woke up like I'm goofy, dying. I might need to go to sleep. If I'm goofy, that means I might need some sleep, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying hey to everybody. I'm just tickled, just looking at everything going on. It's all in God's hand. Like everything with this election, because God, He loves for us to use our free will. Even if we use it for bad, He just loves the fact that we get to choose. Like, He really do like that. Even if we make bad choices, like the free will. That's why God don't interfere with it. Like, it was sacred to Him to even give us this free will. So He just let us do what we do, move how we move. Sometimes He got to intervene based on what's going on. But a lot of times He just leave it up to the people. Even if it's bad, He just leave it up to the people, so to speak, sometimes. But, I'm just looking at everything. I was just, speaking on, Trump, the internet troll. He just be making people mad, getting under people's skin. I'm like, I don't see why people hate him. He don't even be doing nothing. These people hate him. Yeah, I be tickled. I'm like, Trump be trolling out here, y'all. That's what he be doing, and everybody hate it. I'm like, he ain't even did nothing no better. What y'all hate him for? People hate him. Woo! Yeah, I guess you can't even just be in your line and do you. I guess you can't just be in your line and do you. Yeah, so I'm just like kind of tickled about him. Just watching him, just a joke anyway. He just a walking joke anyway. But aside from it, I'm just looking at everything going on, and my daughter texted me. But I'm trying to do video and read. I'm like, look, I ain't even looking at y'all. I'm looking at the text like, huh? Like, what going on? Huh? Okay. So, with no matter the outcome of this election and stuff like that, because the people might be like, ooh, this, ooh, that, you got to realize Trump still got that Trump card. And I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. Okay. Okay, Trump still got that Trump card regardless. So if God released him to win this election, then cool. It'll give us grace. Him being our leader is buying us grace and buying us time, honestly. If he just give the people what they want, and I'm just talking about the wicked people, because everybody don't want this, but it's people that's pushing this agenda and they speeding up what he trying to slow down. If he give us a leader that's evil and corrupt, it's just going to speed up our judgment and just speed us into what he trying to protect us from. Like, at the end of the day, that's what he's going to do. And guess what? Trump still got his Trump card. He still got 4 years guaranteed regardless. So even if something happened with God, just be like, I'm going to let the people suffer longer. This is what they want. These people is just pushing. I'm going to get them another 4 years of misery. Like, he either going to do that or he's going to give us grace through President Trump. He's either going to give us grace through Trump. Now, he can give us misery now, because we go through 4 more years. Our economy is going to collapse. Like, we just not going to do what we need to do. And then at the end of the day, even the wicked agenda play a part in us and everything that's going on. So it's like, do you want to prolong it? Like, I really, when I be going down like, God, do you want to are you trying to slow things down? Because everything is just moving exponentially. So are you just trying to slow this down a little bit? Which is what he told me he wanted to do anyway. That's why he's sending a lot of snow, a lot of ice to slow everything down. So I'm like, do you want to slow this down? Because everything moving exponentially right now. And you going to give us a little grace? Or Is you just gonna get people what they want, to let them suffer for another 4 years and be in misery, and just let everything collapse and fall down, and let them beg you for somebody to help them, and be begging for Trump to help get them out of their financial situation, because everybody is unemployed. God, what you gonna do? Because either way it go, Trump still got 4 more years. Now, when God gonna let him do his 4 years, I don't know. But Trump got that Trump card. He got that Trump card, and they trying to strip it from him. They trying to create laws and strip this card from him, because they know he still got a guaranteed 4 years. Now, when God allow him to do it, I don't know. Now, will God let him come on in and give us grace, and then go and do it, and then go and push the evil agendas on the back end to buy us time? Or is God just gonna let us just fall down and sink in the hole and beg and beg and beg, because ain't nobody got no jobs? Everybody is unemployed. Is he gonna let us sink to that level, or is he gonna just give us grace in this process? But either way it go, Trump got his Trump card, and when Trump is in office, we gonna have grace during that period. So either way it go, Trump still gonna be president. Either way it go, he's still gonna be president. He still got that card. So it ain't even over, period. Guy like Trump got that Trump card. You know how you play that guy in Trump, and he got that Trump card, and he can use it whenever he want to use it. And he gonna throw that Trump card out whenever he feel like he ready to throw it out now, because he still got 4 more years, period. So I was just looking at that, and I was just like, well, God, what you want to do, God? Is you trying to give us grace, God, or do you want us to just sink in bed and plead, and just let the people just be like, just let them be so deep down in the hole, they don't care who helped them? Like, what you gonna do, God? So I'm good regardless, because like I said, I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. So I'm just here, y'all. So what be going on don't you really be like, it is what it is. God got me. God got me. So I'm just here. I'm just here moving through, pushing through. So, but I'm saying for y'all people that in the world, what y'all want? Because this ain't going to impact me, what God decide for me and my family, and what he decide he want to do and decide how he want to bless me. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all trying to push all these wicked agendas. He trying to help y'all out in all this. I'm good. God going to watch out for his righteous always. We is good out here. We don't have no worries. God got his righteous. We is good. So, that's what's going on. You know, I'm just gonna see how everything play itself out. But just remember, Trump still got that Trump card, and he can play it at any time. So, do he want to play it this election, or do he want to play it 4 years from now? But if we go another 4 years, we is not making it. While everybody worry about agendas and trying to be comfortable and live in their sin, while the whole economy is collapsing. All you worried about is your agenda and living in your sin publicly. And then when God get tired of watching you in your sin publicly, he just gonna come and strike it all down. So when you see all this stuff going on, you see all this death all around, when you see all this, all these, the weather real bad, when you see all these diseases pop up, when you see all these people randomly dying, all these it's all part of the 10 plagues that he released. Because at a certain point, he just got tired of Pharaoh, and he just started releasing plagues. The leader, Pharaoh's heart was so hardened. God got to a point, God just started releasing plagues everywhere. Like, when he gets tired, when God finally gets tired, God is just going to step in and be like, look, I'm sovereign. I do what I want to do out here. I do it. So, but he still just sit back, watch us, let us make rules, let us do what we do. He kind of enjoy us having our free will. Even if we choose bad, he loves the fact that he instilled this free will in us. And we get to pick and choose. He's excited about us picking and choosing. Of course, he wants us to choose good. Of course, he wants us to choose good. But the free will is sacred and near and dear to him. So, A lot of times he be like, okay, we just gonna let the people decide. Just like in the Bible, when it kind of Saul being the people king, because at a certain point, the children of Israel, they was always set apart, and they didn't have the rules of the people around. They had their own little set of rules and stuff, and they were looking at other nations, saw other kings, and it looked good. It was appealing to the eye, and they was like, we want a king. And God was like, God gave them the rundown through Samuel, the prophet. He gave them a rundown, and he was like, look, if you have a king, your kingdom is going to be flawed. Because for one, you got a Herman that's over you, and he flawed himself. So if he flawed, then everything is going to be flawed and contaminated. But if you let me lead y'all, then, you know, it's going to be justified and righteous, and it's going to be, you know, just let me lead. I have no flaw. You want to follow behind these other nations. You see these other kingdoms. If you follow behind these other kingdoms and you get a leader over you, you're going to be flawed. And so basically that was Saul. So they cried out. They didn't care. And then God finally appointed Saul. He finally just listened to the people, even against his own, you know, what he was advising. He was advising them not to get a king, but they wanted one so bad. It looked so good to have a king that they went on, and God finally gave the people what they wanted, which was a king, and he appointed Saul. And in the beginning, you know, Saul, you know, God, he was appointed by God at a certain point, but at a certain point, it just seemed like the switch flipped. The switch was flipping somewhere along there. Because you see him, he, you know, he doing what God tell him to do, and, you know, he got his prophet Samuel right there, you know, just his counselor, telling him what thus said the Lord, and one word along his leadership. And it could have been, you know, just him, you know, his pride could have kicked in, him being king, him possibly losing his position. The switch just flipped somewhere along the line, and that wasn't the same sound that was at the beginning of the book. Sound and switched up somewhere. Okay, so you gave people what they want, and they suffer behind it ever since they said want a king. They suffer. So God gonna give the people what they want. Sometimes you gotta step in and for your own good. He'll step in, but God really want to give the people what they want, good or bad. So we're just gonna see how everything go. I'm at peace with everything. Trump still got his Trump card, boop, and he could play it at any time. So if he don't play it these 4 years, boop, he still got that Trump card, boop, he still got another. Let me stop. So I'm just tickled, y'all. So I'm speaking on there. I was speaking to my daughter, you know, and I was telling her about the people in the Bible. Like, I noticed that, like, all the kings, everybody in the Bible always had like a prophet of God appointed to them. So even when these kings were wicked and they didn't live in the ways of God, if you notice in the Bible, they always had a prophet in the kingdom. A prophet always was right beside the king, telling him what thus said the Lord, and just they played in the role of a counselor. Like, I look, and even though they weren't appointed as kings and they weren't appointed as the high leader, that was always right beside the high leader, telling the high leader everything. They all of them had their own personal prophet. All the kings had their own personal prophet. Somebody who can hear from God was always right there in the mix, if you pay attention. So I would tell my daughter that. I was like, you notice how, like, all the kings had people appointed. All the kings had a prophet. Like, every last one of them had a prophet right beside them, had a person of God, a person that could really hear from God that was assigned to every single king. Even when they were wicked, they still had the prophets right there, telling them what to do, telling them what kind of decision to make. I kind of see my role with my kids. Like, I be telling them stuff like, ooh, da 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 da. I'm right there as a counselor for all my kids, and I can hear God, so I be like, look, da 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 da. So I'm like right there, like my kids, like anything going on, like I hear God, so I'm right there counseling my kids. But this is how it was and how it was set up in the Bible. When you look at all these kings, they had people that could hear directly from God right there beside them, telling them what to do, how to do, and telling them all this other little stuff going on. You look right now, God kind of have it set up like that now. Because I was telling my daughter, I was like, look, I don't never be like in the role of like just top leadership. I said, but I always be real close, and I'm always like right there with whoever in high positions. Like I'm always like right there. I'm always in a position where I gotta give my advice to somebody. I'm always in a position, and I'm right there in the mix, so to speak. Yeah, a lot of times I'll be right there in the mix, giving my advice. I was like, some people get their advice for a price. Let me stop, because I'm just like I'm just tickling my own little head, y'all. So I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. But the same way the kings was set up and the prophet was set up in the Bible, they always had somebody right there in their ear. Somebody that could hear from God was always right there all the time, telling them everything they need to do. And you look in the Bible with prophet, everybody had a assigned prophet. I even look at David. Saul had Samuel. David had Nathan. Nathan was David, assigned prophet. Every time David got out of line, that prophet was right there. Look, you in violation. You was in violation. But all these people always had a person of God that was always directly right there. Somebody who could hear from God was always close to these people who had to make decisions for the kingdoms and for the nations. And God gonna always have a God-appointed person assigned to kind of be a counsel to people that might not can hear directly from God. Like he always have somebody assigned that's gonna be right there. So I just be paying attention to that. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Be safe.